back, adventurers. My name is Eli, the Game Master, and this is A Good Day to Die. Last we left off, the group had started making their way through the verdant plains after helping the Catfolk, gypsy band that they had come across. Making their way through the plains, they heard about a ferry that would be able to take them from point A to point B to the northernmost part of the verdant plains and just on the outskirts of the forest that surrounds the Great Tree. After getting to the stopping point of the ferry, they discovered that it was a traveling tavern on the back of a Titanic tortoise. Getting on the back of the Titanic tortoise, they discovered that the name of the tavern was the Tipsy Tortoise Tavern, run by a dwarf and several of his motley crew. There, they played some games, made some friends, got in a fight with a gnoll, almost died, and decided to bed down for the night, only to be visited by a terrifying, nightmarish figure in the middle of the night and awoken to a gnoll raid. The group had fended off the gnolls that had crept into their rooms and made their way downstairs to find out that there is a barroom brawl. Man,
your alliteration is on point.
Yeah, if I didn't stutter through half of it. And we are going to pick it up there with the group heading downstairs and a little battle music to set the mood. Yes. So as you head down the stairs, you see Elzaram standing on his bar, holding shield in hand, mace in the other hand, fending off gnolls that are rushing towards him. You see that the two gnoll cubs have taken refuge under the stairs as Girdra is defending them. Cookie and Crumb are fighting off as many as they can, along with Falvor, the giant awakened wolf. Awoken? Wolf. He is awoke. He's woke. And hunting sheeple.
Why are you telling me these?
Kitsuri is standing on the stage giving a nice rock ballad, and in doing so, because you are helping defend against the gnolls, you all are receiving the benefits of Bardic Inspiration, which is giving you a +2 to all the things. So first one down the stairs is not necessarily first to go. We will go ahead and start combat with Ragnar. As I had stated before, on the far end is...
I was going after the woman that was trying to get into the game.
Oh, that woman. That big woman. Max Arg. Max Arg is standing at the cage and she is slamming against it with her great axe. As the gnoll inside is trying to make his way out. To give you kind of an idea of how this is all going to play out, you are going to be effectively fighting troops yet again. Everything is going to be difficult terrain. You're going to be moving half speeds under normal conditions, and perception is going to be limited to 10 feet. Anything past that, you'll start taking negatives. But because you were on a vantage point on the stairs, you did get to see the lay of the land before entering into the fray. As long as you were on the stairs, you were not in direct combat until stated otherwise. So, Ragnar.
They got full sprint torture.
All right.
It's 40 movement speed normal, so half of that. Right.
Sure.
Am I able to just hop down off the ledge up there?
Roll me an acrobatics. Acrobatics.
Yeah. That's what I want to start off with.
That face he makes is filling me with confidence.
18.
But yeah, you're fine.
I rolled a 4.
Shabam!
That's why I was like...
because you did that so gracefully, I will count that as only 5 feet of your total movement speed. You have 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40.
That's double movement.
And so you're moving the full, and you're moving double moving? So 80?
Yes.
Yeah. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 65, 70, 75, 80. Nice. Do you take any other actions?
As I'm running up there, I just pull my axe off, running up to her.
Okay.
Do it. Oh.
And Zarek.
Okay.
By the way, Delaney is not here right now. We're waiting for him to show up. He is our normal tech guy, but our man Berta is taking over for now. We're not sure when he'll show up, but he is going to arrive at some point tonight. And Zarek, what are you doing?
I'm gonna slap myself and cast Bear's Endurance.
Oh.
Or just slap you.
Gave you a handprint.
So, that's my standard action.
I could slap you and give you Bear's Embrace.
And you say that the whole area is just enemies.
Yes.
Yeah. So I am.
Because of the chaos and everything, I'm treating it as difficult terrain.
Yeah. I'm not getting into that right now. So that is going to be my turn. Is just casting that. However, Rayado is going to jump in and attack literally whatever is closest.
Would you like him to jump over the rail, or would you like him to run down the
You
stairs?
can just run down the stairs
Okay.
and attack whoever comes first.
All right. Roll me that delicious attack.
It's going to be 13.
$13 will not strike your opponent.
Okay, that'll be it.
So Rayado runs down the stairs, and in doing so, he's just kind of overwhelmed of everything that's going on. He spins in place, his feathers outstretched as he gives that hideous shrieking noise that only a reptile bird can. Max Arg goes to strike the cage. As you run up, Ragnar, she stops. She looks down at you and she says, "What are you doing here?" She asks.
Ask the same of you.
"Rescuing my mate," she says. "Did you do this?" "Yes."
No. No! And I stop. And just like, not really like talking to her clearly anymore.
She's going to roll sense motive. I would like for you to come up with a DC on what to determine what just happened, or if she sees you as a combatant.
Okay.
Naughty naughty. Remember that.
Luckily for her,
He can also do.
she's just made of sense motive.
Oh, that's good. I feel like that's a lot.
20 even.
Yes. You will see black creep in through his eyes whenever he says yes, and in a different voice, as if something else was really talking. Not Ragnar.
So, but she has discerned that that's not you.
Correct.
Okay. She tilts her head looking at you. She is then going to hold her turn because she's unsure of what to do next, not attacking Ragnar and not trying to free her mate, as she is unsure if you're here to help or hinder. Damon.
I'm trying to get a read of the
It's a ballroom blitz.
Yes. I was wondering.
sense motive on who might need help. Like which of the inhabitants of the tavern needs the most help.
Okay.
Definitely.
That would be a 13. Yeah, it's rough and all the melee.
So, with 13, you do not see Girdra along with the Gnoll Cubs under the stairs. They are the most helpless combatants. But the one that you do see that is in just the middle of the fray and taking the most damage is Crumb, the cook ogre. The ogre is chef.
Like I could have rolled a 2 and still seen him.
Oh, he is just covered in hyena people.
Alright, I'm gonna move over next to him and attack the
5, 10, 15, 20.
You don't have his armor on.
I know my armor on.
Ba-boom.
Otherwise.
So try and back him up, attack him.
Okay. The troop group.
That was a good one.
Yeah.
5 is what it was.
So it's total of 72.
19.
19 will not strike your opponent. As you run into the fray trying to get to Crumb, Crumb turns to look at you as you go to swing to help him, and one of the gnolls just falls off of his back and hits onto you, kind of making you stumble back. You here help Crumb?
I'll watch your back.
There's no one back.
Your back just got hit 3 times. Nothing's working.
Let us see here. What does Taurus want to do? Taurus is just full of neat little things, but none of them really have them. And yeah, Taurus.
He's going to study now.
Yeah, that is what he is going to do. No, he can't do that because that's not going to help him. Taurus is going to attack. I know what's up. I know what's going on. That will strike his opponent. That will not. Oh, he's doing so much.
Roll a 5 too.
That would have been more damage than what I rolled. So Taurus is just down there, and like as one of the gnolls goes past me, he's just like, ah.
Got it.
I'm helping.
The gnolls are like, what was that?
Stabby points.
Dr. Tone.
Stabby pointies.
I'm not used to this.
That's why Sarah described it.
I need to get within. Can I do a perception to see if there's any other than her? Is there any other gnolls that look like they may be in some sort of like leadership or in charge?
You can roll me either a perception check or a sense motive.
Maybe close. I will roll a perception because it's too much. 21.
Scanning the room, most all of them look like typical raiders. The only one that has any real discernible like armor, magical items, is larger than most of the other ones would be her.
I need to get within 30 feet as the crow flies of her. So can you move me?
You mean
just-
as the tiefling flies?
Not yet.
So you can't fly.
Tiefling
That's
can
the point.
glide.
Don't judge me what I can and cannot do, sir.
Watch me! It's the chandelier.
Give me like 50,000 more experience, and I will fly. Dang it.
Gets his horns caught in the chandelier like that goat from Hoodwink. I'm helping.
Swear to God.
I'm not prepared.
Don't look at me.
Move me 15 feet towards her specifically.
You just want to go downstairs, or
Sure.
that was 15?
That's the 15.
No, because you can move 30, correct?
5, 10, 15.
Okay.
Sure.
10 more under regular circumstances, or 10 more, 2 squares under
Yeah.
difficult
10 more with difficult terrain.
Okay.
In the meantime, because it's kind of a giant brawl, a borrowed blitz, if you will. Channel negative energy, targeting specifically gnolls, because I have both of those feats.
Neat.
I cannot heal for Jack with channel. However, channeling to harm, 12.
So that is 18.
They do get a will if you want.
Usually a big number doesn't help them.
Does a 5 save?
No.
So close. You're like 4 of those off, buddy.
You channel out. They all shriek in pain as they're kind of like confused by why hurt just happened out of
And
nowhere.
I will sort of yell out, can we please stop for like 10 seconds?
Roll me a diplomacy or an intimidate.
Diplomacy. 24.
24 on diplomacy. So as you raise your wrist, the black links on your wrist glow. You shoot out, and because it washes over so many of them, they all take a moment from combat as you make your demand, right? For 1 round, as of now, they all stop. They will not attack you on this round unless attacked. As they kind of stumble and they look at you, the room kind of falls relatively quiet. With the exception of Kitsuri, who like keeps playing and he like changes tone and he's like,
Because I wouldn't have had my surgeon shirt on or anything, so they see all the scarration and the malformity in my chest.
They all kind of shift and turn. Plus side, combat has stopped for now. Negative side, they're all looking at you.
That's fine.
What you're saying is.
Oh yeah, and they go after you, but because you stopped everything, you all don't get that automatic damage.
Woo! Well,
Neat. So the room has kind of stopped. Crumb has just got one of the gnolls, and he's like, and he stopped, and the gnoll's like, please help. Top of the round, Ragnar.
Did you go? Yeah, you went. I was like,
Yeah, he endured bear.
I thought Erdo was last. I was like, that's just a weird guy.
No, his bird raptor did things.
So do I know her?
Try.
Just to clarify, do I know her?
Yeah, you've met her.
She was the gnoll that stopped us as we got into the road camp after the sewers.
Yeah, in the Pirates Cove. She was Meryl's muscle.
Same, no.
Shane's like, if you say so.
In his defense, I had to be rewatching the episode to be like, oh, that's who the...
She was kind of a minor character along with a dozen other characters that I threw in. So,
I was trying to
yes.
remember.
My
Yes.
sister was there.
She was not a minor
I was
character.
very distracted.
Which one?
I went kind of my sister.
A lot of brothers. One sister. I tell her, let us try to figure this out.
She like shifts
I'm
looking
just
around.
holding my head, just like talking to her, not even making eye contact at all.
Roll me a diplomacy. I'm gonna go ahead and
Oh yeah.
we'll slow down the battle music for now.
Number. We'll add my pluses, making it a 14.
14. She tilts her head looking at you as she looks around the room. Of course, combat is completely stopped. She turns and looks at Alzarim as he stands on the bar, his attention shifting from you to you two. As they make eye contact, she says, I have demands.
Don't think that's the wisest thing, but he's your mate, right?
Yes.
You take him, you'll leave.
She looks back at Alzarim. Alzarim's kind of like, wait, what?
Despite what he says, I ask her if she was to take him, they will leave.
I find these terms acceptable.
I turned back, looking, seeing him on the bar.
Mm-hmm.
All this goes away if you just give them him.
I will say, because combat has stopped, any of you can intervene at this time and move about freely.
I've got a question though. I shot across the room. You sent people to our individual rooms. Did you know we were here?
No, she says.
Did they go to all their rooms?
Yes.
We weren't targeted. We just happened to be the targets.
I thought you were still with Meryl and Edriel.
The point is, were you intending to slaughter everyone in the tortoise?
You know how gnolls work?
Whoa,
This
that's
needs-
assuming a lot.
Do I know how gnolls
we
work?
need to give her him now, or it's not going to happen.
Alzarim says.
And I go down on one knee.
She looks down at you. The gnolls kind of like shift, and you see them begin to like mutter as you did that.
Like, I'm still holding my head like down on one knee, just like.
Roll me another diplomacy, and go ahead and add 5 to that.
Oh, cool. I roll the same thing with an additional 5, making that 19.
A-Rock grabs the cage as he leans in. He says,
He is a powerful warrior. He beat me in hand-to-hand combat, bare-fisted, as soft and fleshy as he is.
She looks down at A-Rock. She looks at you.
Very well, she says. I need the keys.
She says, extending her hand to Alzarim.
I look at the thing. Does it look like it's about broken open?
No.
Looking at him, kind of diplomatizing as well. We can deal a lot later. I'm a doctor. I can heal them. Let's stop the fighting now. Peace is a better option always. 23.
So it looks as if if you'd given them the moment, he would have protested this. But because both of you are just like, we know what you're gonna say, hyenas are not a good bet. It kind of shifts around.
I just scream now, like unbearable pain seems like it's coming over me, and both hands are now grasping my head.
He steps off the bar. He starts wading through the knolls, like that scene in The Lion King when Sarabi is like walking over to Scar.
I will also approach Ragnar. Sing Ragnar.
He walks up. He takes the key. As he walks past her, she looks down at him, and she's twice his size easily in every sense of the imagination. As she just like tilts her head, looking at him like he's just a piece of meat. He reaches over, sliding the key into the lock. You hear the loud click as he opens it. A-Rock steps out. You see him flex and roll his shoulder. Immediately after he does that, you see her bite the nape of his neck. He cries out in pain as she forces him down to one knee. How could you be captured? She disciplines him as he like protects his head.
She says, I will deal with you when we leave.
She looks up at the rest of you.
Now, a deal is a deal, she says. We will leave in peace.
She looks at Alzarim, who like clearly knows that he's outmatched and outnumbered, even with his hired hand.
I nudge Crumb. Drop him.
He drops his weapon.
The Gnoll.
Oh.
That many gnolls were hiding in
Oh, just lousy with gnolls.
He's gonna have to get a good shampoo and a comb.
Lord. Just keeps going.
The viewers are like, get on with it. Anyway. Hey! You're in good spot. Come in.
I just time with Gearter the whole time.
You just did what?
I just time with Gearter the whole time.
Ah. Very good. You'll never believe this. Ragnar spearheaded a diplomacy.
Yeah, I was listening.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, he's on.
So you know what?
That's right.
Nice.
Thanks, Barney.
After biting the nape of his neck and forcing him into a submissive position, the gnolls begin to kind of gather their stuff and begin to shift and walk away.
Does he look over at me whenever she has him down?
Oh, yeah.
Eyes being fully black.
Those are yours. Yeah, I brought those from Michigan for you. Yes.
Yes.
Oh.
Yes. I see.
Eyes being fully black while still holding onto my head. It's like I just lean over and just cackle.
Yeah.
And then I just no, and just like try to hold it in still.
He tilts his head looking at you. It seems like, even though she is clearly the alpha, it seems like he is a little brighter than the average gnoll. And looking at you, you can see like this malicious intelligence, like he's trying to figure you out.
I want to come up and just like, since you're on your knee, I just like put my hand on your shoulder and just like,
That
kind of
was
just be there.
my intent.
Leave. Now, please.
Damon is very tensed up right now.
The gnolls begin to shift and walk out. Alzarim, all of what's left of the guests, and his staff shift to one side of the bar. They begin to exit out, not through the front door, but through the busted out windows. As if they're like, this is where we came in, this is where we shall leave. She picks up A-Rock, moves him over to the window, and shoves him out. As she stops for a moment, she turns and looks. She sees that you're kind of in the throes of this moment, right? Because you two are the nearest ones standing there. She says, before I go, I have a question. Meryl and Adriel, where are they?
Hopefully safe.
We haven't seen them since the attack on Dreamlord.
Somewhere safe with people that need to stay safe.
Good.
Unless Meryl did something stupid.
I trust her more than I trust anyone here.
I give her a knowing nod, of course.
She shoves A-Rock and she says, that includes you. She squeezes through the window.
Is it Megara?
Do what?
What was her name? The Gnoll.
Blah, 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 blah.
It's not
That's
Megara.
not it.
Maxara.
And Maxara. Next time the front door might be a better option. I give her a knowing smile.
Ah, they'll never expect it.
As she leaves, Alzarim kind of looks over at all of you. Why did she know you? He says.
Troubles in Dreamport. Can we gather the injured and the sick?
Yes, that is a good idea. He says as he starts kind of giving orders. The rest of the crew, Crumb begins to walk over and gently lift people. Despite being an ogre and looking at him and be like, these hands only destroy, he is surprisingly gentle as he walks people over and begins helping them into a very comfortable line next to the bar.
Activating my eyes, I can see who's dead, who's critically injured, who's, stages of where their health is at.
Go roll me a percentile.
I don't like
While
that.
he's doing that, I'm also going door to door to every single list check to see if there's any survivors.
Roll me a d12.
I don't know.
70 even.
70 even? Okay.
5.
5. As you're going from room to room and checking, there are 5 patrons that or customers that have been slain, either in their sleep or in the throes of a struggle. Generally, overall, everybody is sitting at that 70 percentile mark. So those that are alive aren't critically wounded and have put up the best fight. So it seems like anybody that could fight have survived.
But I almost immediately this person is dead. This person is dead. It's almost like a cold at first, but if I ever go to deal with someone, there's a bedside manners kind of a situation where I'm suddenly talking to them and being nice.
Mm-hmm.
I will
What's
channel.
that like?
It's weird. Double 6 is a versatile negative energy. 3 for positive healing. This is some bull crap.
Oh,
You
that's
must be black chain dominant, huh?
He's a lefty, what can I say?
No, we right-handed.
So what's happening with what year is she right now? That's who Damon's watching. Damon's watching Ragnar.
He's just down on the ground until they wind up leaving, and Manzarek puts his hand on my shoulder. He seems to calm down a lot more. And he slowly starts to stand back up. And he just goes back to his room. Without saying anything.
Taurus kind of watches you walk away. He turns and looks at the rest of you. I do have a few inquiries for you, gentlemen. I think Alzarin is onto something. I'd like to ask you why and how you don't know.
She's our best friend.
I suddenly it dawned on me. I am going to go put my shirt back on.
Oh, don't go out of your way for me. I've seen it all before.
Give me but a moment.
We've
I do
met
that.
before under other circumstances.
In the
A
court.
little more friendly, but not terribly friendly.
A little more friendly, as I say, crawling out from under the table. She's trying to murder us on multiple occasions.
She
Threatened?
threatened in a playful way. I don't think she was ever murderous.
And would I be correct in assuming that these friendlier circumstances that you're talking about is in the court of the High Mayor of Drimport?
No.
Merrill is one of his counselors.
Not yes.
Mm-hmm. Yes, it was in the court of the Lord High Mayor.
Ah, it wasn't, but now it is.
Or
He taps the amber ball on the top of
Stop
his...
while you're ahead.
I don't
Never.
know. I don't know what you know.
Well, gentlemen, I think the fact of the matter is that you've diffused the situation, have rescued these people, are an A-plus doctor, I might add, and I bid you all a good evening. I'm going to retire to my room until tomorrow.
I've
it
never
is
been
how the Black
complimented
Brigade
before.
do.
I'm gonna help him.
If anybody would like to sense motive, you may.
Sorry, guys.
My rolls have been average, which isn't bad, but it isn't good. 21.
Okay. Anybody else?
Nah, I'm good.
Nowhere close to that.
Not even really.
So you two get the strong feeling that he suspects something and knows that digging isn't going to get him anywhere. It seems he has gleaned all he needs to know off of your response when he asks that question and knows more than he's letting on. As
And
he
who
goes.
the wink wink is for information.
Yeah, Ragnar.
I mean, I'm kind of a spearheader here, so
You have
I
an axe.
spearhead things, and I use a spear. I don't ever use a spear.
You have an axe.
Is it accent?
You're an axe head.
I'm an axe head spear guy. I just
Better axe head. Better axe head.
Do you
than
remember
axe
Axel?
hole.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Yeah, that's what you said.
Damien's gonna help clean up and then go back to bed.
I didn't want Theris to know that Meryl is in the Pirates Cove.
Why?
This he believes her to be part of Lord Mayor Hawthorne's council. So I didn't want to besmirch her reputation.
Because she also said, "Don't tell nobody."
She didn't say that to us, did she?
Yeah, she did.
Yep.
Oh wait, yeah, no, she 100%.
Yeah.
This is after we came.
I also feel like that would be Dr. Tones. Like, did she say that? I don't remember that.
Didn't happen.
Big sword ain't real. What's pigs?
Yeah, I'm much with Damon. I'm gonna help clean up the tavern, mend anyone that needs help or anything.
I did everything I needed to do.
Yeah, I am going to remove the bodies from those rooms, kind of bring them out into the middle.
Wow.
That's more.
I mean, he comes from a swamp. It decomposes very quickly.
And then I will let Alzarin know which rooms, so they can deal with any repercussions that they need to.
He looks at you as you approach him. He says, I am not completely clear on what happened, but I do want you to know I am grateful for what you've done. He gestures to the doctor. He says, your friend. And he looks up as if regarding Ragnar. He says, it's not every day that somebody can stand up to an alpha Gnoll like that.
You have a special here.
I can see that. He says, your meal for the next day will be on the house for what you've done here. He says, but with all of this going on, I will ask you to depart when we get to the forest as quickly as possible.
We understand.
He nods. He walks off. As he does so, Falvor walks up to you, Damon. He says, it was very brave how you rushed into combat like that. You and your friends.
Stupid is more like it. At least we didn't have to fight long.
Sometimes stupidity and bravery go hand in hand.
Facts.
You're just like leaning down the stairs.
I concur.
What's that?
Yeah.
Well, I don't know what that means, but yeah.
Are you hurt?
He says, nothing that I can't overcome. I'm fine.
I look at the fighting pit and I was like, well, it seems that one of your main attractions is gone.
He says, I think it's brought enough attention for one night.
What did he do that got him locked up in there?
It was a small raiding party. They tried to steal from our storehouse. But I caught them in the middle of the night. Killed 2 of them before they left, but A-Rock was a bit stronger than I anticipated.
Let's see.
He wasn't woken up.
You're in your room.
Sorry. He made your bed. He's asleep. I am.
Well, it seems like he's going to get the tongue lashing of his life when he gets back to the den.
I don't think it's going to be with the tongue.
You're in your room.
I'm not in the room. I'm specifically not in the room.
Crumb picks you up. You're in your room.
Just through the floorboard.
He just comes up to a knothole in your room.
Look.
But it's nice to help out sometimes. At the very least, the place is still standing.
And we appreciate you for all you've done.
What was that sound?
Yes, it was.
Sick people.
Is it just coughing?
Yeah.
Alright, so like I said, Damon's gonna pitch in to help set tables back upright, put a sheet over the hole, whatever, and then he's gonna go back to bed.
Crumb looks down at you. Can you help Crumb?
Do what?
Cookie, like, is on his shoulder. She, like, crawls up. Crumb's been stabbed. A lot.
Oh! Poor guy.
Luckily, I finished.
Oh.
My skills are specifically not for ogres. No.
What?
Yeah.
Got any of those sick channels, let me know.
This is why I don't want to play cards anymore.
Barely.
11 for a turn. Just a cure moderate on him.
Oh, thank you.
Oh.
He turns. Cookie kind of, like, slides down his back, right? She lands. She says, by the way, have I told you that Crumb is our baker?
Makes sense with the name.
She says, so in the morning, expect you and your friends to have a delicious and hot, fresh baked breakfast. For your troubles, she says, kind of patting your knee.
I know.
So, as you kind of help, you begin to clean up, you can tell there's like this air of, we appreciate you, but holy crap. That's going around. Do you all want to do anything before the night wraps up?
I will probably work until I physically just pass out in the bed.
Okay.
Oh my god, Max, I hear you!
But also, we don't get a full rest. I would get the other Gnoll that's been charmed.
Mm-hmm.
And tell him to keep walking home.
Everyone will heal for 20.
Okay.
Everyone will heal for 21. As I do 2 power channels.
Nice.
Does that also get me?
Yes. Just assume I did it before you went upstairs to bed.
You'll get a long rest anyway, so.
I also was
I was punched a lot.
It was hit by his axe.
My axe. And you, sorry.
So, the night begins to wear on. The rest of you start kind of wrapping up and everything. Ragnar, as you start heading into your room, you know, you're just kind of focused, stumbling into your room. You hear in your head,
Why did you stop? That was prime opportunity to have a little fun.
It's not the right place. I don't trust you anymore after you attacking my friends.
Oh, come now. What's a little bloodshed among friends? They understand. He's not mad at you. Why are you mad at me?
Because we had a deal that you would not attack any of them.
Oh, Ragnar.
There is no Ragnar about this. You don't get the power to do whatever you want. I bring you out so you can help my friends and myself deal with things. Because as bad as I say it, you are strong. Stronger than me. But I will do whatever I can to keep you in if that's how you're going to do things.
Fine, Ragnar. If that's how you feel about it, then I'll try to behave. I just want you to know, the tighter you pull on this leash, the more likely it is to snap.
Did I need a second? I have to figure that out.
He's got you there.
Full bondage costume.
Whoa.
Whoa.
I've been a bad boy, Ragnar.
Oh God.
I was told today, you're allowed to keep things to yourself. You know that. That's a thing someone told me. Anyway.
Imagine that. We get told that on the daily too.
So, if anything else,
I go to my room, gather a pillow, some blankets, and I walk over to Damon's room and sneak in and sleep under his bed. Sounds good.
I'm looking at it.
With negatives because you're asleep.
34.
nailed it.
He's in bed with me. He just curled up right next to me. He's like, "Oh, you're warm."
Little spin.
Damon is your pillow.
What's that video where he's like, "What are you doing in my bed? I had a nightmare." You're not 12. Get out of my bed.
I'm 13.
There was a really weird power dynamic with me sleeping on the floor that I wasn't comfortable with.
Yeah.
Me and Robbie talked it out.
The visitor, not the Gnoll, but the shadow thing. That's what
Yes, but we don't know about that.
I know.
It's like you hid the whole time.
The only thing you know about is the attack. Anyway. The night wears on. The gentle swaying of the tortoise walking across the verdant plains gently rocks you all back to sleep. Elzarim and his crew spend a good portion of the night cleaning up, but not as long as they would have to without your help. The next morning, I would assume you all slept in to get that solid 8 hours of sleep that you so mechanically desperately need. Go ahead, hit that button, get it all back together. Woo! Damon, you wake up the next morning, and you kind of do this kind of... As there is a ferret curled up on your chest, just physically improbable about how it rolls itself into a ball, and it's just there.
I attack it.
Poke. Get up. I know, I've seen them when they're sleeping.
Just jelly bones this ferret. And there you see Perry.
I push him out of the bed.
You're awake, Perry.
I drop his ferret on top of him.
Hey, Robbie.
You have a room.
He just spills into the bag.
What are you doing in here?
Well, we got
In my bed.
adjacent
With the carpet shark.
Listen. Listen, we got attacked last
That
night.
exists in that world.
Alright? We got attacked last night. It was kind of scary a little bit. I just want to be in here just in case you needed help. I had to protect you or something.
Go back to your room.
Roll me sense motive down.
10.
That's an appropriate response.
Pretty sure it's daylight now. Yeah. Breakfast?
You're lucky I sleep with pants on.
You weren't.
Wow.
Just kidding.
Normally I sleep with pants on.
Oh, no.
No.
It did state we had nothing on.
Yes. Mechanically, I'm nude.
Are you hurt?
Physically, no.
What does that mean?
I'm good.
Mentally scarred.
Okay.
Mentally scarred.
Go back to your room.
I'm gonna go get breakfast.
Good idea. Yes, absolutely.
Get breakfast.
Take the fuzzy banana with you. Like I try and turn over and go back to
Are
sleep.
you talking about Robbie?
A little bit more. Yes.
Ragnar's in there. Ah! He's on the other side. I had a bad dream.
I've never murdered someone in cold blood.
I have.
I'm gonna teach you some things if you don't get out of my bed.
Ooh, I'm here for learning.
Somebody's grumpy in the morning.
Did you want your eggs sunny side up or angry side down?
I don't know what's happening anymore.
That's so good.
Angry side.
Next time I go to a Waffle House, that is.
Signed up.
Oh yes, please.
Oh.
However you think that is how I want it.
Oh man, that's funny.
Just ketchup on top of it.
You all head downstairs. You all take your seats, just kind of getting your stuff together, getting your faculties collected. Once again, everyone comes up to you to thank you in some form or fashion, with the exception of Kitsuri, the bard, who doesn't seem to take the time to speak with any of you. They are not even downstairs yet. And Girdra does thank you personally for what you did and how you stayed with her in the Cubs. As you all sit there, Crumb steps out of the kitchen. He has plates lining his massive arms. They look like they're this big on him. As he walks out, Cookie steps out and looks over at all of you and says, Crumb insisted he give you these personally. He walks over. This is for you. The pancake is puffy. It's about this thick and about that wide, that long, and is in the shape of a ferret. Yours is in the shape of a shield. Yours is in the shape of an axe. Yours is in the shape of a frog. And it seems that he has cooked 3 individual pancakes and somehow interlocked them like a chain. He picks up a barrel. He starts pouring in so you win as it starts to like.
That's good.
I don't know what this is.
It's syrup.
It's good.
I'm good, thank you.
Oh, you're weird.
I take some of his syrup, just pour it on the line.
You just take
Oh,
it.
it's sticky.
You're sticky, it's good.
I am not.
That's racist. I yell across the
I
table.
am not.
You're like, wait, oh my god, I am.
It's not slime, it's me.
That's how I walk walls.
It's like tasty trees.
It is good. It's pure sugar.
It's exactly that. You try pancakes for the
Oh
first
yeah, I
time?
ate that. I ate the crap out of that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You can't eat it in one. No,
It's-
it's
I just watched my jaw.
He puts another one down in the shape of a fly.
It tastes nothing like a frog, but it was delicious.
How'd you know what a frog tastes like? It's lucky.
I would assume they'd eat
We
frogs.
ate the freaking
Boggards.
Boggards
Those are
in
toads.
campaign.
Oh, yeah.
Straight Ewok style.
Those are
Alright,
toads.
yeah.
Those are different than a frog.
I'm sure.
True story. So the day kind of wears on. You enjoy the string instrument plucking of Kitsuri as the day goes on. You eat your meals, you kind of hang out. This day is completely void of games. And as a matter of fact, they don't even pick anybody up. They do stop at another travel stop area, but there's no one there waiting. The tortoise, because of that, continues moving, and as the sun begins to set, you surprisingly make some good time, and you see the forest that surrounds the great tree. Even from the vantage point of the rooms on the top of the Tipsy Tortoise Tavern, looking out, you cannot see the top of the tree. You're at such an angle that if you look up, it disappears into the foggy clouds of the sky above it. You see, now that you're closer, those leaves that shift from a dark emerald green up into that silver rim and then completely white at the top is because of snow. The tree is so tall that there's snow capping it, and even the leaves on the top are still on the branches despite the altitude and chill. You begin to approach this forest, and it is lush, with massive trees that extend up out of the ground, several stories high. And even as the tortoise approaches it, you can see that the trees are taller than the Tipsy Tortoise Tavern. So even surrounded by, in comparison, what looks to be very, very small trees, when you approach it, the forest is massive. Where you are used to mangrove and thick canopy, these are more deciduous trees that rise up with thick, hardy bark and long limbs that extend out with heavy, waxy kind of leaves. As the tortoise walks up, Alzarim goes up to the very top of it. Reaching over, he begins to pull in the pole. And from where you are now, you can see what's dangling off the end of that pole is a plump red strawberry. Just one. It's about this big. And it comes in and it kind of against the tortoise's face, which is just like, and it, and then it's just like, and the string breaks as he pulls in the pole. The tortoise begins to kind of munch before it shifts over to the tree, reaches over and just rends one of the limbs off of the tree, and it begins to kind of graze and feed. He walks over to the door, opening it as he extends out the rope ladder that drops all the way down to the ground as Zir and Zith begin to kind of prepare the docking area for all of you to disembark.
Tortoises, trees. I hope not all the wildlife here is absolutely gargantuan. I said as I start to mutter as I start to climb down.
Have a good day, thank you.
Oh, thank you. Your hospitality was very generous.
They called us generous.
Would I have been able? Was the alchemist one of the people that lived?
No, I'm pretty old.
Oh, the potions master? Yes.
Can I buy 10 ingredients to make a level 1 potion? Because in the time it took us to travel that day, I would have been able to make 10 level 1 potions.
Yes. You'll have to take the price of the ingredients off.
Yeah.
Yes.
Already. That's why.
But just picture him as like a small town potion seller.
Yeah. No, thank him for his time.
He thanks you for your patronage.
Oh. Well, Deirdre. Seems I'm at my stop. I hope our paths will cross again.
As do I, Perry. It was a pleasure. And thank you for showing me that it's okay to be myself sometimes.
It's always okay.
We'll see, she says.
That's lovely. Alright. Alright, well, I'll see you. Hopefully.
Be safe.
Yes.
you see Falvor standing at the door. As Rayado runs up, he begins to do that playful thing again, kind of shifting with his claws out. Falvor does that thing that dogs do, where he's like, he just like pats Rayado on the head. Rayado comes as he's like, good lizard.
Kind of just call Rayado and I just nod to him and move on.
So, you all descend the rope ladder. Alzarim, once again, thanks you all, calling from the balcony, as he says, thank you again for everything that you have done. If you ever need a ride back, he says, this stop will be on our route. He says, feel free to join us once we get things a little more calmed down and cleaned up.
Can we get a schedule for the future?
Of course, he says. Here! He throws you a piece of paper. It says, whenever the turtle feels like it.
I don't know what I expected. That was
Alright, when's the next stop? I have no idea.
And one last effort for magnificence. I dive off acrobatically.
Roll me acrobatics.
Like, see ya.
Do it!
Roll a 1.
You couldn't be that lucky.
Oh, no.
33.
I don't do that.
Is there a limit on height that you can jump from where it doesn't work anymore?
I don't think so.
Double check that for me. But you jump off doing your thing, you kind of fall backwards gracefully. As you fall, you flip, turning right side up and landing.
I just sort of walk up and he's like, hey, wait, no.
Oh, right.
The
Cannonball.
no, Ragnar, you can't. Oh.
Really, he can just.
By the way, Zir and Zith, the siblings, their names aren't spelled the same. I think I've already said that. Anyway, they pull up the rope ladder. The tortoise, chewing on the trees, he just lets it graze for a time. So even though you're ready to leave and start heading towards the great tree, the turtle takes the time to just hang out for a minute. I'm using turtle and tortoise interchangeably. I know the difference. However, this forest is so massive that you're probably still a full day away, and it is starting to get dark within the next few hours from the great tree.
This place makes me feel tiny.
Yeah, well, let's start camp.
Do I recognize where we're at? Like, I've been here once before.
Yes.
But would I recognize where we're at? I assume I came in from a different route, so I'm not sure.
You do recognize where you're at, and you do know how to get to the Druid Temple from where you are.
Okay.
Because the Druid Temple, like, in relevance to everything, there are whole towns within this forest around the base of the great tree. And so one structure, large as it is a very small area. So even if you walk towards the great tree, it's like walking to the base of a mountain. Where you end up is like, oh, we're here, where here are we? But you do know where to go if you roll me a knowledge geography.
You potentially.
Mary, did you know?
I hope so. 18?
With an 18, you do have a good inkling of where to go. So, because you have been there before, did you factor in any bonuses that you get from the terrain that you're in?
No.
No?
So I guess it would be...
Do you get any?
Not for knowledge, no. I get them for other things, but not for knowledge.
Okay. You do have a good idea of what direction to head into, and so I assume you begin leading the group. Something that you notice is there's very little, like, underbrush. There are no thistles, there are no thorns, there are no briars, nothing like, no kind of irritating or venomous or stabby little plants as you begin to make your way through this forest. I would allow anybody that would like to roll me a knowledge nature.
Okay.
16.
I got 29.
I rolled a 2.
Nice!
Got 12.
Hey!
You're like, nice the trees. Good job.
These are good trees. Good, solid, big trees.
Big trees.
This is a North American dead tree. You can tell by the way it is.
Dead.
That's an aspen.
What were the rolls?
Well,
And 29 was the highest.
I thought you said rolls.
Cool.
He rolled it.
29.
29. As you begin walking through, you kind of touch the tree and you look up as the rest of the group is just like, we gotta go before it gets too dark. Something you realize, there's no variation in these trees. They are all the same species of tree. Another thing, looking at the leaves, they look to be a cross between like a white oak and a ginkgo tree, with that kind of mermaid-like tail that fans out, but in 3 different areas. It's a tree that you've never seen out in the wild before, and it leads you to believe that all of these trees are the same organism, that they sprout out from the same root system of the great tree.
Roots speak out, grow a tree, grows roots, speaks up.
That is exactly correct. Do it.
He made a tree joke.
Do share!
Yeah,
Leaf.
As you head through the forest,
Oh, you're barking up the wrong tree here, buddy.
Ah, gosh.
we need to attack the root of the problem. Oh, my joke's not funny. So anyway, as
You are trunk on power.
It's
I'm gonna
not
rip
funny
you limb
anymore.
from limb.
Oh no.
I'm never probably literally limbo.
As you begin to head through the forest, there's a. Go ahead and roll me a sense motive.
Where were you last week?
I will give you a +2 to that.
It don't matter.
Okay.
All of us?
Nah.
No, just Menzer. 27.
Yeah, he's got it.
Yeah.
17.
27.
And you two not.
I mean, 13. You know.
Okay. So something you 3 notice as you begin heading into the woods is that it is surprisingly quiet. There are animal noises, but not as many as you would imagine. You don't hear the chirping of very many birds, the rustling of very many creatures in the underbrush. Like, it seems sparse, almost as if something's around that's making them quiet.
Say, Chief, yeah, your last time coming up here, was it this quiet?
I assume I would notice it at this point.
After you listen, no, it wasn't this quiet last time.
No, the forest was full of life.
Could be the giant doors.
I think it has something more to do with the missing druids, but I feel like you're being facetious.
No, I was being legit. That creature that
Hard to
size
tell
just goes up and
sometimes.
that creature that size goes up and just rips off a branch. I'd be spooked.
Acceptable.
But also, wasn't this black blood in the roots? In your vision?
It was. Yes and no.
Stab a tree, see if it bleeds like blood.
It was. It had infected the druids, not necessarily the tree itself, but they were half the tree.
These trees don't look this.
I was not being facetious again. Apparently that's hard to tell. I literally stab a tree, see if it bleeds. Not blood.
What kind of stab? I stab a tree.
Stab
Just a random tree. Let's pick one at random.
Pressing into the tree, your blade sinks in much easier than you'd expect. Rather than it feel like you're chopping at a tree, it feels like you've pressed into flesh. If anybody would like to roll me Knowledge the Plains, you may.
Are these fey trees? Is that what's happening?
Be in the Fey realm? Oh no!
18, by the way.
23?
Wait, is it Fey? Because that's knowledge nature, not knowledge points. That actually is.
Then Knowledge Nature. My bad.
Yeah.
It's higher, so
23!
Screw you, buddy.
It's the same.
22.
34.
So, with Knowledge Nature, as you press your blade into the tree, It does seem that there is some Fey influence here. Whether you're in the Fey realm or the tree seems to be drawing from the energies of other planes, you're not sure. But a cold iron blade cuts into the trees with surprising ease.
Yeah. Does it bleed black?
It does not bleed black blood. The bark of the tree does not bleed black blood.
Is there
anything on my sword?
Not really, no.
Nothing on my sword? Looks fine to me, Doc. It looks fine to me. There's no black
Nothing wrong
blood.
with
It seems fine.
Do all trees scream at it?
I think Gnoll, you just touch them and you can feel the pain.
The trees are speaking Sylvan.
No, I felt the pain.
Is it like touching an eucalyptus tree? Is it kind of like that, or is it?
Like, is it soft?
No, not to the touch. To the cold iron, it seems so, but to the touch, it feels like a regular tree. Specifically, an oak is the closest type of tree that the bark and the kind of size of the tree is akin to.
Neat.
So it is almost dark. Do we set up camp?
How much farther are we from?
At least a day's walk.
It would probably be like tomorrow evening by the time you got to the temple.
Can we see through the canopy at the large tree?
Periodically, yes, but not generally.
Enough to keep our bearings.
Yes.
Okay.
And plus, Manzarek seems to have a solid idea where he is.
Oh yeah, he would. He's handy. He's all about monochrome trees.
Something nature, something
Is there a town? You said that there's several towns that enter this area. Is there a town close to where you're at?
In the direction that you're heading, no.
Okay.
You would have to go out of your way to get to the next town.
Okay. Would there be one within like an hour walk?
No, the druids would not be.
Okay. Then I would just be like, let's camp here.
So it's as if the tavern had stopped favoring where a town is, but where you need to go is a day's walk away.
Okay.
I guess we may as well set it here then.
Setting up camp.
Alright, just set the camp.
Grabbing that firewood.
So, you're so good at that.
Singing that stupid song about wood burning. Crackle, crackle.
Are you okay?
I am. Definitely not okay. I'm shaking.
You know, I don't know what I was expecting.
Hola. I got one more tree joke. Did you know that trees can do math? Yeah, they do twig on the tree.
Here, I thought you were going to say
Did you know elephants are really good at hiding in trees? You ever seen one in your
Yeah, one of those things.
You're welcome.
There! Camp!
Yay! Yeah!
Wow.
He just throws it off.
Is Taylor,
Actually,
is Taylor still here?
yeah,
Of course it is.
we're all in this together.
Tayrus walks several paces away from camp, reaches into his bag, produces the small little folded up square, and begins to unfold his carriage. He says, as much as I enjoyed the bed of the Tipsy Tortoise Tavern, he says, I think I'm going to prefer my carriage for the night, as you gentlemen seem to be more adept to sleeping out beneath the stars. As beautiful as that is, I prefer my creature comforts.
Pleasant dreams.
And to you as well, my sir. He bows. If any of you would be in need of service, I am but a knock away.
Say so.
I tell Ray Otto to watch him during the night.
Me?
Yeah,
Why?
because
Does he have the guard trick?
he does actually. Yeah. So he is there to protect you. I turn into a bat. I fly up into the trees.
Neat.
Has removed himself from roleplay.
No. I want to be able to see anything and hear anything. I have blind sense. So,
You
I
have
have
sonar
blind
vision.
I have not.
I don't have blind sight.
Do you fly directly above the camp?
yes.
Okay.
I'm going to be able to hear everything they're saying. I'm going to be able to respond.
The lowest branch, directly above this kind of clearing right here, is extending over from one of the larger trees, and it's about 50 feet off the ground. We can't stay here. This is bad country.
Used to be.
It's a good album.
So I start, as camp is being built, take all the cots and like move them a lot closer together than normal. Just like everybody's like,
Hey, Harry.
Why are you moving them all together?
You good there, bud?
yeah,
Why are you moving them
Uh-huh.
all together?
just for comfort.
I may look blind, but I'm not.
They don't know what a cuddle puddle is.
Is it
No,
cold?
they don't, dude. I don't want it.
Also, I've been meaning
It's
to
where
tell
ferrets
you.
all get together and sleep.
Yeah, but you don't want to.
Right. That's why we must teach them.
I tried to make the cuddle puddle with Damon. He was not keen to the idea.
Maybe you just need to cuddle him harder.
Yeah,
Hey,
that's probably it.
Harry, for a reference, whatever conversation you and your ferret is having, we don't know what you're saying.
Well, that's weird.
That's- You're a child who can cast fireballs. Let's not talk about weirdness levels here.
It had never occurred to me. I can understand what he is saying when I am in wild shape. So I'm like,
You can hear Robbie.
yeah. So I'm like,
This may be the first time you've heard him.
I like fly down and I'm like, I'm sorry, do what? Like I say that in common. Like,
He looks at you, right? He says, "Are you an angel?"
No, it's
I don't know. He looks like a ferret with wings.
I'm like a really small bat. I'm not like a fruit bat. I'm like really tiny.
He like slinks out and he looks at you. You see his tail bush up as he like arches his back.
That's friend, not food. Friend, not food.
Are you sure?
Yes.
I don't know if a ferret would try to eat a bat, but I would
They
assume.
would try. That's men's area. That's men's area.
I'm a.
Sorry, say it.
And
Isn't Robbie
When
like
you honk, you can see the world around you.
It's just like
Isn't Robbie like an
Walk around
intelligent ferret?
honking.
So that's don't.
Could you imagine living in a world where all animal sounds have shifted to different animals? That'd be terrifying.
Field full
Imagine
of
if-
cows, just all going.
imagine if grasshoppers
Unless
were the
you grow
screaming
up that way, then
goats.
it'd be normal.
That's true.
a snail moves.
And cows make snail noises?
Yeah, just weird slithering noises.
I don't know. Anyway, they
Slow.
undulate. As you. So, yeah.
So, the closer we are,
Uh-huh.
the less likely to be ambushed,
Right.
surprised, or maybe visited by some weird nightmare shadow creature. I don't know. I'm just saying. Like,
Or
Weird
it's more
shit.
likely
Let's go back
that
to
we're
that.
gonna get attacked.
Let's go back to that mask thing.
What, being attacked?
No, the weird shadow creature.
I can only imagine a bat having this conversation.
Just like crawling on him, like.
But that voice, though.
So, a bat, a ferret, and a child go into the forest and have a conversation. They talk about shadow demons.
It's a Disney movie.
Yeah, this is a
okay?
children's book.
so no.
We're
that-
one fairy tale princess away from.
Yes.
What was that author that we were talking about earlier in the game?
Anywho,
So,
shadow
You
demon.
know that story I told you about the ancient esoteric nightmare dragon?
Crawl to the other
The
shoulder.
one from the dream realm?
Mm-hmm.
What is that, 20 perception?
His ear just Inspector Gadgets.
Oh my gosh, it's so funny.
Don't mind me.
So I'm pretty sure I was visited last night by said ancient esoteric nightmare dragon.
By pretty sure you mean like he actually visited you, or like
I mean, it was a dream.
There was a lot going
Nightmare?
on.
Yes.
okay,
Yes.
but
It seemed like his presence was real.
okay,
So.
but this is the dragon who
But
has
also,
power over nightmares.
he also, had he not visited me, might have been surprised by the Gnoll. It's a weird thing to think about.
So I didn't see him, but I do have an empathic link with Perry. It felt very real.
Exactly.
He was terrified.
I was.
I know the rest of you can't understand, but
Which
yeah,
is
I know
weird.
this thing is real.
What?
Or at least Barry thinks that the...
Yeah, Perry is real. Oh, you meant something else.
I fly over to his shoulder, and I sit on his shoulder, and I'm like, yes, Perry believes that whatever came and spoke with him is real. Down to his very core.
Oh, so he had a nightmare.
No,
I mean, yes,
He said yes.
because it was in the dream world.
but
Dream realm.
a nightmare you would be able to discern as real and not real. This is something...
Depends on who's controlling the nightmare.
Those nightmares seem really real. So I've been told.
Knowledge of the planes, but the dream realm. Oh,
Yes, ma'am.
Did you roll poorly?
not the first time, but knowledge of the planes. Why not?
I rolled
I rolled worse.
5 11s.
I rolled an 11. That is my total.
Oh,
Yeah.
18.
Well,
With
Yeah,
an 18,
I don't have that thing.
the Dreamlands, also known as the Dimension of Dreams, is a dimension which overlays the ethereal plane, created and maintained directly by the dreams of sleepers in the universe. It consists of a finite, relatively stable core surrounded by countless ephemeral dreamscapes. So the Dreamland is created by the dreams of creatures in the material plane. So it is limited only by the imagination and whimsy of sleeping creatures. And that includes nice, whimsical, beautiful dreams, chaotic, nonsensical dreams, and even nightmares. There are creatures that inhabit the dreamscape that aren't real. They're just figments of imagination, the equivalent of an illusion. But there are also creatures that live within the dreamscape that are very real. These creatures are usually made of either ethereal or material creatures, or sometimes a combination of both, that find the dreamscapes and are able to siphon off of the energy of the things that live there, or even the things that are connected to it. So things within the dreamscape can sometimes connect to things in the living world.
So, divulge that information.
So,
Almost as if I'm remembering some encyclopedia I read.
so in theory, I could imagine some great, powerful thing and eat this in the dream world.
Huh?
In theory.
That's a bit
If it's
of a
only
leap.
limited by your creativity, why would
Or
I even be a more ancient and more esoteric planet, right?
Unfortunately, it doesn't work that way. Tager says. He says, you see, any dreams that you have manifest themselves in the dreamscape as something more of an illusion. If you try to try to lucid dream, the lucid dreams in the material planes are simply your ability to draw a picture that manifests there as nothing more than illusion. However, if you are able to have those kind of lucid dreams in the plane itself, you may have limited control over it. Or so I've read.
But
would
I'd
have to be-
it's also the concern of this esoteric nightmare dragon is real in this ancient esoteric nightmare dragon. My bad. If he's real in the nightmare realm and manifesting himself in your nightmares, your illusion isn't going to stand up to his power.
Also, I think the bigger question here is why? Why is there an esoteric nightmare dragon, an ancient esoteric nightmare dragon that is plaguing specifically your dreams?
And his father.
Your father's dreams? What did your father do to this esoteric nightmare dragon?
Him and his companions tried to banish it, capture it,
Why?
draw it out.
Why?
Precisely.
Me and Terrace are like standing next to each other with notes.
Roll me sense motive, Perry.
Maybe to like seal off one of the gates or something?
That's not a thing.
You're not a thing, Netflix.
Oh, he knows.
Terrace leans in. You look into his beady avian eyes, and you get a mixture of pain, concern, and interest as he looks at you in a way that, in the very short time that you've known him, concerns you. It's almost as if you've never seen another individual as serious as he is in this moment. What did he look like?
The dragon.
Yes.
He was just kind of a shadowy figure. Not very discernible. Humanoid.
Were there any marks?
He had his eye cut open.
His eye was missing, like it was gashed open. That's the damage that my father and his companions.
I think this is nothing more than just a terrible nightmare. But we should stay together and maybe somebody take watch observing Perry if he seems to be having another nightmare. Drawing him from it may be the best course of action that we have to prevent any real damage coming from this esoteric creature.
And he like destroyed.
In your dream, yeah.
He also tried to destroy. Okay.
I just started looking over the Terrace. That's the Herald of Dreams.
Oh.
Or a Herald of Dreams.
I was able to expend inspiration points in discerning what an esoteric nightmare dragon is, but the caterpillar is beyond me.
His name's
Not beyond me at
His
level.
name's Harold.
Just
He's a dreamer. But he's not the only one.
To put that into perspective, his bonuses went from double digits to single digits in a hard way. So he wanted to know about the dragon with that. He's just kind of like, neat bug.
I got a sense of motive on him.
You may.
14. I have not rolled in double digits for like the last 15 rolls.
So Tingus are kind of hard to read because they don't have the same facial expressions as most humanoids. And it seems because you know him as an author, as a man who speaks, who can speak his mind and make things happen with just the power of his words. It seems like he's just trying to extrapolate knowledge, as if he's trying to be helpful.
Okay.
Overhearing the conversation, understanding that your young companion is concerned, he simply wants to help.
Okay.
You know that's bullcrap.
And he says, but it is getting late, the night is waning on, gentlemen. He says, I think if you stay close by the fire and by your friends, you should be fine. Even creatures from the nightmare plane can't directly affect you without powerful means of some kind, but if he hasn't hurt you already, I doubt he can. So, I bid you good night.
You said he could hurt you.
Like a fast motion reverse, just kind of back into his.
Man, it's chilly out here.
I'll take the first watch. I'll wake someone up, take the next one.
I'll be from the trees if you need me.
I would have got a fire going. I have spark seconds.
Thank.
That's my.
It's
fire.
on there.
Okay.
I made you a fire.
Thank you.
I keep wormy clothes.
I also.
Robbie gets jealous and hides in the corner somewhere.
I can both.
The chrysalis is actually very warm. It's emanating heat. Yes. It did not do that before.
Oh, so something's happening. Chemical reaction.
Or
What?
spells.
Oh, right. We're in a magic world.
I also stand because I have the ring of sustenance. So
Says the guy making potions.
I would like all of you to roll me a perception check.
Nailed it.
apparently this dice knew what happened to the other dice.
There we go.
If we just roll it, would it be dice? If
You're
we
trying.
just
I
roll
appreciate it.
Don't they know that one's not very good?
19.
23.
28.
34.
Nat 20, 34, and I feel a little upset.
It got higher the whole way around. He's last. Loser. Nope, say it. I want to hear it now.
I shan't. You all kind of bed down for the night, getting ready to go to sleep. By the light of the fire, you're kind of reading through your books, kind of studying your medical journals and things like that. Flying up into the tree, as you kind of hang upside down and you begin to watch over everything, you hear it. You have difficulty seeing it. You know where it is, but something is in the trees, and something large. You, on the other hand, do bats have dark vision?
I mean, I have dark vision.
With dark vision, you see a bird, probably about 12 feet from talon to head, fly up and land on one of the branches. Its wings making a heavy beating noise. This bird is not meant for stealth per se, but it seems like, despite its size and its build, it is stealthier than most. It folds in its wings as it roosts on top of one of the branches, shifting and looking down at your companions. Are you trying to hide at all? You did not state so. But it doesn't seem to notice you. With your dark vision, it has landed in a spot where it can look down on your companions, which is close enough for you to see it. It is a vulture, more specifically a bearded vulture. It has a hooked beak that comes down and bright red eyes with a single gold circle around its pupils. Its feathers are white on the top of its head and jet back with lines of black around its neck and down to its gray and black feathered body.
My immediate reaction is excitement,
Mm-hmm.
and then it immediately follows up with terror. Do I know this bird?
You have seen this bird before. You would recognize this as Marrow.
Oh, that's why he's excited.
LOL.
I don't think you understand how many animals Max has added to his list of animals
Oh,
he can probably
so
move
many.
into. It is kind of stupid.
I get up onto a branch and I shift into a jaguar, and I begin to approach stealthily. Ooh, that sucks.
That's not a high number, my guy.
That sucks. 26.
What?
I'm sorry.
30.
27.
He rolled a 3!
Stealth?
Oh man, he could do better than that. Like, these are rookie numbers. Gotta bump that up.
You begin creeping along the branches, and Marrow doesn't seem to notice you as he's just stalking, looking down at your companions illuminated by the fire.
As I get close, I whisper, "You see anything that you enjoy?"
His feathers flare out, his wings come out. He walks on the branches, making them shift underneath. Despite hollow bones, his massive size does put an impressive weight onto this bird. As he looks, tilting his head,
Why are you here?
once again, you can speak with animals. This is more his intent than his intellectual conversation. Because he is still an animal with an intelligence of 2, he's not going to give you long, detailed explanations, but this is more his intent of what he would communicate. He's curious on why you're here.
Are you safe?
No. No one's safe.
What's happening at the tree?
Bad. Happening everywhere. Everywhere bad.
He walks unnervingly close to you, like he's trying to get to you.
I'm gonna, I guess, handle animal on this, but I'm going to try to convey, I need to hurt you just to see if your blood is safe. 21.
DC 20. It's gonna be hard.
Yes. Yes.
Just like nick his his.
You can hear this rustling above you. There's something going down.
As I pull it back and look at my claw, what do I see?
You see a drop of crimson red blood.
Don't remember his master's name. I have it written down somewhere, but not here.
Sibling Druid.
Saloon.
Saloon. Where is Saloon?
Hiding.
Can you take us to him?
No.
Can you take me to him?
No.
I reach out my paw and I allow him to do the same to me that I did to him.
He steps back. It's in roll me sense motive. Handle animal or sense motive. Either way.
Okay, cool. 24.
24?
Yeah. I'll take the animal sense motive.
With a 24, you get the feeling that he may not know that means something. You've talked him into allowing you to do that to him because you are a druid, and it seems like he still has some kind of extended bond or trust to a druid. But if he made you bleed, he wouldn't know what that means, and if you explained it, it may not come across.
Yeah. Can you have Saloon meet us?
Tell. I will tell him. I will tell Saloon.
Is the temple safe?
No. Nothing's safe. Nowhere's safe.
Can Saloon come here?
No.
We mean him no harm.
No. No. Saloon hiding. Druid's gone. All Druid's gone. Everything. Dark. Everything. Cold. Forest. Sick. Trees. Sick.
Will you come down to visit with my friends?
No. No. Saloon told me to watch. Saloon knows. Saloon knows you're here.
Can Saloon hear this conversation?
Yes. Saloon sees.
I turn back into myself and just kind of like hold onto the branch.
It's my best impression of a bird.
If
Specifically the
Saloon
bearded
can
bull.
hear this conversation, me and my friends are not infected with the black blood. However, we know that Darum introduced it into Dreadport. And we need to meet as quickly as possible. If we can't meet at the temple, then I suggest we meet at Mineral Knowledge Geography. Identify another location that would be ambiguous enough, but like maybe relatively safe. 25.
With a 25,
I mean, that's kind of what I'm looking for. Like
Like,
some named location that would not be of any
I have
importance.
a cool tree fact
What is it?
for during the break. Unless we want to spend it now.
so the only place that you know of, that you have seen, have been told about, but haven't fully explored, but is a safe place, especially among druids, is a large clearing that is in the trees. It is a wide meadow full of beautiful flowers. There's a creature there that you have heard in name, and you can roll to know, called a blow-to-web, that dwells within that area, within that meadow. A blow-to-web is a fey creature, but without a knowledge nature, you don't know specifically what a blow-to-web is.
With a 26 knowledge nature?
I feel like that might get it.
I'm sorry, blow-to-web.
Really good.
What did you get?
26.
26. A blow-to-wed is kindred to these tree fae called dryads. However, a blow-to-wed is instead of being bound to trees, they frequently guard the approaches to primeval fae enclaves, as well as various gateways and entry points into the first world, or the fae realm. A task that they take very seriously. Blow-to-weds hide such regions behind veils of illusions and trickery, quietly observing anyone passing through their lands and occasionally sending mysterious messages to warn them away or to summon allies that can drive them out. Blow-to-weds are typically clothed in vibrant lichen and flowers of broom, meadowsweet, and oak. This shapely maiden has skin of velvety moss and living grass for hair. What'd you get altogether?
26.
You may ask 2 questions about a blow-to-wed.
I'm going to pocket those.
You may.
It is neat with the clearing of the bloody road. With 1 day's time.
Saloon house. He takes off.
After that, I go, man, Zarek, you good?
Just letting you know that bird was like 4 times your size.
Oh, I believe it. So I turned into a Quetzalcoatl.
I can't come back here.
No, I turn into like a falcon or something, and then fly down. Who is awake? You heard it, and then you were on watch. As I land, I turn back into myself. We have a change in plans. We are not going straight to the temple at the base of the tree.
I did hear half of the second half of the conversation.
So a quarter?
Specifically, no.
No, all of everything I would have said would have been whatever I had in range.
Well, when you turn Ripley.
Shoot, I wouldn't have understood anything he said after I turned Ripley.
Yeah, I'll let it slide.
Okay.
You know that.
Yeah.
So do.
I would have just stayed Jaguar the whole time then. Coming down as a falcon, turn back. We need to go to a clearing that potentially is safe.
I don't like the use of the word potentially there.
There's-
Especially when you say something like Bloody-Web.
There's a druid here that has just contacted us. His animal companion is not infected with black blood. And so I tend to trust it. However, this particular leader within the druidic circles is odd.
Trust.
I would assume so.
Describe odd.
He is.
Like Ragnar kind of odd, Perry kind of odd, me kind of odd, or you kind of odd.
He's delved into necromancy.
I kind of point to my butt cheek.
But like real
like really uncomfortable.
I didn't realize I had this
necromancy.
half-baked necromancy going on here. Excuse me.
You're all like Black Chain. He's all like Fox Skeleton.
It's creepy.
Is there a comma there, or?
So, as you begin to talk about this, I would like a perception check from everybody. Can I get like 2 minutes? Yeah, give me like 2 minutes.
I don't know what those mean. Just tell me.
18.
8?
18.
18.
18.
He hears everything.
14.
23.
22.
He said 30.
Audio.
Wait, I don't know.
With the 30, are you asleep?
Yeah.
Then it's it's 20.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, if you're asleep.
Okay.
Go on, keep talking.
Oh crap.
Oh, no. I almost forget.
Yeah, and so I just kind of share that information. In the morning, we will be going in a slightly different direction.
Alright, we'll trust your lead on
Can I
this.
roll knowledge on ability web?
You may.
It's a perfect bluebell.
It's not a 1, but it's low. 14.
Never heard of him.
It's like a dryad, but
Neat.
not a dryad.
Cool.
I'm gonna stay down here for the rest of the
For no reason.
Who are you talking to?
The vulture.
Because I had a jaguar, a bat, a vulture, and
You'd
now
roll
you're a
that 20.
falcon.
A hootie and a blowfish.
Hey. That's
Also,
alright.
Tara snores, and if you've never heard a Tingu snore, Tingu, sorry.
So, as you're given this spiel, you are suddenly interrupted with the whining sound of what sounds like twisting wood. That as you freeze and look up, you see in the distance a tree. It looks vaguely humanoid in shape as its roots and bottom half shift, move, and come to a complete stop. This tree is massive, towering up about 30 feet as it comes to a complete stop. And the only thing that lets you know that something is kind of off about it is its branches, instead of out, are down. As it peering into the darkness, especially with your dark vision, you can make out a vaguely humanoid face on this tree. It looks twisted in some way. This tree completely void of leaves as it comes to a stop. As you begin to examine the area around you, you hear the shifting in 2 other areas.
Dun, dun, dun.
Where are you going? Up.
On my feet, sword drawn.
As you stand drawing your sword, the trees unmoving peer down at you, and we will take a short break and we'll be right back.